Hello, Test Pilot the Monkey here. Welcome to a game called Robot Wants Kitty. The plot, of course, is very simple. This robot here wants the kitty that's just above there. You can see a nice kind of orange tabby. And, yep, first power-up to collect in the game is the jump. Because if you'd been paying attention, you'd notice we hadn't jumped previously, and we can now do so. We can't jump very high, and ooh, wonder what this does. Fires deadly lasers, apparently. Okay, fine, and ooh, green stuff, gotta jump into it. Woohoo! Of course, haven't got to jump into it. In fact, that's completely opposite to what I should be doing, which is not jumping into it. Anyhow, now we have our deadly lasers. We can shoot these Space Invader kind of things, I guess. Well, they're not really in space, so I suppose it could be called land invaders, maybe. And blue squid eye things. So squid eyes, squiddies, something or other. Anyhow, we are now advancing upwards in the level. There's just this one big level, and we are trying to find a way to release the cat from his prison. And our little robot's kind of upset about the whole lots of enemies up above him thing there. And I think he's pretty upset about falling to his death as well, so let's go back around. From what you might be able to gather here, you don't have any lives, you just respawn back at the beginning all the time when you die. Well, if you don't have any lives, can you really die? Don't know. But yes, these are the things we fell on, so we got to be very careful when we fall down this time. So the land invaders, whatever. And now we have a eyeball thing hanging from the ceiling, dropping lasers. But of course, also we can double jump, as it says. So can we double jump over the pit? Not very successfully. Back to the start again. So, this up here, you can see, is why we can't get our cat out. And it's saying, "I'll save you, kitty." This is why we can't get the cat out, because there's these Lego bricks in the way. You want to obviously remove the Lego bricks. So, we'll have to find some power-up around here somewhere to do such a thing. So, obviously the double jump is opening up quite a lot of the level to us here. And it's basically a game about exploration and getting power-ups. So, you know, it's a kind of like a Metroid thing. They call them Metroidvania types of games. And this one features quite a lot of enemies packed tightly together like this to be an obstacle for you. So you think, well, now you can run and jump and fire lasers. What other amazing power-ups can we get? Well, what's this? It's a green boxing glove. No, it's we can open green gates. It's some kind of key, apparently. Fair enough. I don't see how it's very key-shaped or key-like, but do we see any green gates? I don't believe we did. We're going to have to find a green gate. Well, now we have some kind of objective here. And we saw another power-up down below us, and it was like a little arrow, so don't know what it does. Anyway, these Stellar guys are fairly easy to destroy. You just have to need to find your way up to the ceiling, and once you knock your head, you fall back down, so you have to jump back up again, and it's slightly annoying to destroy them, but not terribly difficult. And here we go, more squid eyes. The patterns of the enemies in this game aren't terribly difficult, because you see the squid eyes just go up and down, and hey, look, a green door! Woo! Robot's very happy about finding the green door. So the squid eyes, they go up and down. The bogey eyes here, they just kind of hang and drop lasers, and ooh, long drop there. And the space invaders, or land invaders, they just kind of go backwards and forwards. Ooh, what's this? Robots. Unsure, but double tap forward to rocket at ludicrous speeds. Well, that was fairly ludicrous. But, yeah, you can see how annoying those Star guys can be. So, can we rock... Maybe we can rocket over there. It's a possibility. We might need to get some height before we can actually do that, though. Let's try again. Tension mounts. Well, it did mount. And we got to a peak and we kind of plateaued, I think, there. Well, maybe he sank down. But anyway, we can try and find a red key. Where's the red key going to be? Well, around this level somewhere. So, yes, this robot wants Kitty. This is the first in a quadrilogy of games. That was a bad thing to do, jumping in the pit. So, yes, you can notice the problem with dying. You always get thrown back to the start point, so sometimes you've got a lot of ground to cover to get back to where you were. They do, well, whoever developed this game does fix this later on in the series. So, that's something to look forward to. Maybe, possibly not. But, it's... when you're playing it, it's quite a handy thing to have there. So, yes, there's 4 games in the series, well, at the moment. I don't know if they're planning to make any more or not. But, they all follow the idea of that the robot wants something. And here, it's fairly simple and straightforward. The robot, he wants a kitty. So, he's got to find... kitty. Well, he's found the kitty, you just got to free the kitty. So, yes, more tightly packed enemy caves around here. And so, oh, there it is, another boxing glove, and no, it's obviously it's a key. And this handily says, "This is not a boxing glove." And our robot agrees there. So, oh no, hits the enemy. Back to the beginning again. So yeah, that doesn't open that, even though it's red. It doesn't open it. We've seen the doors which it does open, so we shall be making our way to that. There's a door, and it's red, so we can go through it now. Well, we can make it disappear. Where it goes to, who knows? It's one of those weird video game things where things can just vaporize or be transported to some other dimension or something like that. Anyhow, well, yeah, I've already mentioned the whole tightly packed enemies thing going on, but this time the little land invaders are a bit muted, really, aren't they? They just go wiggle back and forwards on their platforms. Robot's peeved. Robot didn't like dying there. He thought he was doing very well. Well, he was doing pretty well, but he's pretty fragile here. So, all the way back over this way. And that Stala guy is a bit redundant as well. He can't really do anything up there. I don't know if redundant's quite the right word. Just useless is really the word that I would probably be looking for, actually. So yeah, it seems the majority of the enemies in the game is the one of 3 you can see here. Apart from the bosses. And this one's yeah. Robot sulking a bit there. The bosses, and the one boss we have is a boss that's all eyes. I don't know if it has a specific name, because at least in the future ones, the bosses have names. Let's see if it gives a name to the boss here when we finish pouncing around like a lunatic. Wait, it doesn't even have a name at the moment. If we shoot it, does he have a name? No, it's just eye sludge thing. Oh, but we can always go through here. We don't need to bother with the boss to get... Hold X to annihilate. Well, we have a rapid fire thing now. It's good enough annihilation, really. And, well, the boss was rushing us at the end there, but we managed to avoid it quite swiftly. Right, so we're returning to the main part of the level now. And we're going up here, which we thought about coming to before, but decided not to. And making very pretty patterns with our lasers whilst we're going down the corridor. So the way they arrange the enemies in this game is really the way they come up with new attack patterns, I guess you'd call it. But it's the same old enemies which are arranged in a different way. Things do get more interesting in the sequels. Our robot trying to fend off the boredom of coming back by doing a little happy dance. Yes, there's something up there that's trying to shoot us. And obviously you want to avoid getting shot, because otherwise our robot's going to be peeved. And we got the blue key. What could this possibly do? Well, it could cure the common cold, possibly. It could warp time and space, maybe. It could possibly, this is at a stretch, possibly open blue doors. I know that's a wacky idea out of nowhere, but hey, we've got an arrow going up, and we hold down and press Z to rocket skyward. Well, sounds like a good power-up to me. Does it sound like a good power-up to you? Woohoo! Does it look like a good power-up? Of course it does. That looks like an amazing power-up. Woo! Our robot is a very happy rocketeer, apart from the fact that he wants to get up further but he can't. So he's looking around to see other ways to get up to that place. And he realizes he's already been there. Oh well. Time to explore another area then, Mr. Robot, isn't it? Yep, there's a way we can go up there, but Mr. Robot thinks he wanted to come over here instead. We've already been over here. Of course, in these kind of games, you kind of forget in which direction that you're going. Yes. And end up doing silly things like that. You might notice, if you've been paying attention, or if you played the game, or read the instructions at least and not played the game. I mean, I don't know why you'd do that, but possibly you would. But you may notice that every time you die, you get some time added to the clock in the top left corner there. That is obviously because you don't have lives, or you have infinite lives. It's a way to make the lives actually matter. What you'll be trying to do is complete the game in the lowest possible time, and every time you die it adds, so what you want to do is not die. Our robot getting used to his abilities here and using them to navigate the landscape in a swift manner. And there's a very pretty kind of wall pattern through there. It's kind of tangle going on. Up into the drink. But that's okay, the robot was wanting to come back over this way because there's nothing to really explore over there, and so let's have a look and see what we might have missed over here without our rocket booster ability. Well, there's all those enemies up there, so maybe we're going to try to get up there. Oh, there's a blue door, and there's another blue door up there. The first blue door, or the bottom blue door, looks a bit dangerous to get through because of all those stalagmites there, and Robot has a good idea to vanquish the stalagmites on the top of this room. He uses a rocket booster to get to the ceiling and clear those out. So this is a particularly dangerous room because there's the stalagmites and you can't get to the top of the screen without clearing out the other enemies, so whilst you're paying attention to the other enemies, you can get a laser orb thing dropped on you. And yep, another rocketeering place here. And the squid eyes can go in the drink, but you can't. And you have to be aware, of course, that you're not dropping onto anything which you shouldn't really be dropping onto. Our robot having a lot of fun here with his rocket booster ability. So now, we've got to learn the fact that there are squid eye thingies down that one passageway, and not run into them. Of course, we did not learn this fact the first time, so what we're going to have to do is go all the way back around and figure out if we've in fact learned our lesson. Because we've still got quite a few enemies up there to get rid of, and forgetting where the overhang is a bit of a bother, but our robot perseveres and goes straight into the squid eye things again. Congratulations, Mr. Robot. You're doing ever so well. Yes, watch out for that one. You've left it around because it wasn't a threat to you. But if you're careless, it will become a threat. But then the threat is more of your carelessness than the actual enemy itself, possibly, if you want to get semantic about it. Or get into semantics about it. Whatever's a proper thing to say about that. Anyway, we've got a bell here. Note we can press X while ducking to fire missiles that smash red bricks. What a useful and strangely specific power-up that is. So how do we get past here? Well, we could try our missiles. Yep, they work very well. And whilst trying to duck and boost, we fire up a few missiles accidentally as well. But it doesn't matter because we don't have a finite amount of missiles to use. And Robot's pretty happy because he thinks he's finally got everything that he needs to get to his kitty. So let's go! Robot! Go get your kitty! Says, Kitty, I'm gonna get you out! Look, I've got everything, I can help you out now! And the kitty's saying, well, come on then! Help me out, Mr. Robot. And our robot, he's so excited, he's jumping down the corridor. Woo! Robot got Kitty! Yay! So that's the first game in the series here. Let's find out what Robot wants in the next game.